We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh my God!
Are you a fan of 80s horror but want something different? Do you like modern horror but the regular magazines leave you a bit cold? Are you a fan of that schlocky horror that no one else seems to talk about? Check out Necronomicon, the UK horror zine from Etsy.com. Just search for Necro Neil.
Hello, good evening. Welcome, everybody. It is Tuesday. No, it's not. It's Sunday evening. It was going so well. It's Sunday evening. We're here at Beyond Authentic Witchcraft. I have got some cards around me. I've got lots of cards around me. I was just going through some options with the Coffee Club crew over on the specific channel that we've got just for the pre-live lives. So we've got a live stream that is just for the Coffee Club crew. The details up there, look on buymeacoffee.com/beyond authentic. So the channel members over there, we've got a special live stream that we do where we do all sorts. We've done workings, we've looked at tarot decks, we've done face masks. There's all sorts of things we do over there. Today we were just generally chatting, and so we decided to go with the Urban Crow Oracle deck today. So we're going to go with this one today. There was a couple of other options that we had, and I've got a couple of tarot decks to work with, so we're going to be going through lots of that. So then if you are wanting a reading today, all you need to do is put the word question followed by your question into the live chat. Let me just put the ticker tape on the bottom of the screen. There you go, just down there, look. All you need to do is put the word question followed by your question, and then I will try and pick them up and get to you in turn. Now, I know I'm looking very pale and washed out again today. Unfortunately, my camera settings, if I switched between different cameras, it has a bit of a meltdown. So still working on that, still trying to get that fixed and locked into place. But yeah, we'll definitely see what that is going on. I do have card cam today, so at some point we will be swapping over to this camera. So hopefully, there you go, look. So hopefully the sound is the same. I didn't even ask, did I, on the other stream if it still sounded okay. I meant to, but hopefully the sound is okay. And so that's what we've got. This, hang on, there we go. Just rearrange everything for the second camera. So this is where we'll be doing, so you'll be able to see some of the readings that we do tonight. So that's a good thing. So hopefully that's fairly cool. So we'll be doing that a little bit later once we get going. And I will also, I think I am going to be doing a special giveaway of maybe a channel membership. In fact, I think I will give away that reminds me, Patricia, I need to send you a thing. I'm going to send you a thing in a minute, my darling. I will send you a thing. Okay. So yes, I will send you a thing. For the coffee club crew. Where's my picture gone? There. Right. Remind myself to send Patricia a doodah. Hang on. Brain. What is brain? Oh, I've just found the instruction manual to the camera, to the microphone that I have already sent back to Amazon. Oops. Where's a paper? Have I not got any paper here? I'm not writing in my nice tarot journal. I'll write on the back of that because it's not neither use nor ornament. Right. So what am I doing? Patricia membership. Yes. Because you're a mod. I remember the other day I thought, oh my god, you should get yours for free for being a lovely mod. Right then, let's have a look at who is here on the doodahs. Ed's here. Patricia's here. Thank you very much. Blissful's here. Hello, Blissful. Hi everyone. Good evening. Welcome. Adiba Mansour. Hi. Yeah, I've said that. I did say that right. You can get added to the list. Yes, just start your question with the word question. Blissful, I've got your question in. I've got your question in, Adiba. Pallavi is here. Hello, Pallavi, my darling. I hope you are well. Long time. How's everything going, my darling? I hope you are well. She's been on this channel with us for ages, and a general guidance reading, of course, my darling. She's been on this channel for ages as our Pallavi, from way back when. So lovely to see you here tonight, my darling. Wolf Boyo's here. Hi everyone, my puppy Belto doing slightly better. Yay! He's on probiotics and pain relief. Yay! For his gastroenteritis. Oh, hopefully that will help. Hopefully he'll be doing a lot better soon. So yay. It says glad he's doing well. Yeah, absolutely. Look, as Patricia says here, I will try and show preference to those who have not had a reading recently or have not had a reading on this channel before. So yes, absolutely I will. Slocker Same Chair, I will add you onto the list. I'm sure you got a reading last week though, my darling. Everybody chatting to everybody in the chat there, because it just shows how wonderful our lovely community is. It's a very friendly community. How are you, Mem? Lots of love from India. Chetna Sharma, hello, welcome to you, my darling. I'm very well. Cover Button's here as well. Hello, Cover Button, hope you're well. Neil's in. Hello, Neil. Necro Neil is the one who does the zine that pops up, the horror zine. So if you like horror magazines, horror films, particularly the ones from like the mid 80s, all of that, 80s and 90s, all the like lower budget films. If you're into all of that like I am, then seriously check out Necronomicon. Just look for Necro Neil on the doodah, on the Etsy. Yes, it's very creative, is our Neil. You believe I'm correct in what? What about? What am I correct? Oh, because Slocker Saying Chair got one last week. Thank you. I thought so. So I'll add your question in, Slocker, and if I can get to it, I will do. But I do try and give preference to people that haven't had a reading before. So then, everybody, how does tarot work on this here channel?
Incoming transmission.
Incoming transmission. So what we do on this lovely channel is we read your tarot cards. So all you need to do, if you want a question, all you need to do is put the word question followed by your question into the live chat. Now then, if you are here live, please do remember that tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You make your own decisions about your own life, okay? Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counseling advice. If you need support in those areas, please do go over and get support from those areas from a professional. I have got little bits of knowledge about lots of different things, but I'm not a professional doctor. I'm not a trained lawyer. I'm not a fully licensed and trained counselor, even though I've got some experience in that area, and nor am I a financial advisor. So if you're looking for support in those areas, please do go and seek out professionals in those areas. Don't just turn to a tarot reader. What I always say is that if you go out today and you fall over and break your arm and you've got a bone sticking out there, the time for a tarot reading or to approach your local witch, to about putting some crystals in or some herbs, that is not the moment to do it. The first thing you need to do is ring your local surgery, ring the local hospital, ring the local doctors, get yourself patched up, get that bone put back in place, get the skin stitched back together, get a splint put on it or a sling or whatever it is you need to do, and then go and ask how, you know, for crystals and herbs and all of that stuff. Same with the tarot. If you are looking for, you know, if you've been heartbroken recently, the tarot can give you some guidance, but if you're looking for that sort of support, please seek out a professional counselor. All of that being said, tarot is fun and it does give you some guidance and some pointers. Now, the way I read tarot is quite different to a lot of other tarot readers. I have been reading for 28 years, believe it or not, because I am very old. And in that time, I've developed my own understanding, my own language with the cards, and most of the decks I use, I've got a really good understanding of those decks, a really good relationship with them. Because what you'll find if you're new to tarot is that every deck speaks its own language, and you've got to, as a tarot reader, you've got to learn to embrace that language, learn that different nuance, or maybe not a new language, maybe it's more like a strong accent. So if you're here in the UK, a broad Scottish accent is very different to a Liverpudlian accent, it's very different to a Welsh accent, very different to a Birmingham accent. They may all speak the same language, but their accent, how they put twists on words and their own colloquialisms are very different all the way through. And that's what it is like with different tarot decks. So with all of that being said, I will do my best to get through plenty of readings today. Don't forget though, if you do want to Qjump, you can go over to buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, where you can in fact Qjump. You can buy me a coffee to Qjump. There is a button over there on the main page, on the home page. It says, hang on, I'll tell you what, rather than telling you, I can show you. Let me just see, how do I do this? I need to do this and share my screen. I know, right? We are professionals here. We are professionals here. My website notifications while sharing. Yep. Okay. I guess so. Mozilla Firefox. That one. Nope, that's not what I want to share. Hang on. Entire screen. Right, that's what we'll do. Right, so here we go. If I click on this, there we go. Right, so, oh no, that looks terrible, doesn't it? I'll tell you what, hang on. Let me just get rid of this photo at the background here. Oh, you can see what I'm doing. That's fun. It's good job I've got nothing rude in the background, isn't it? Let me have a look. Have I not got, yeah, there we go, my purple screen. That's better. Right, so on this page, hopefully you're still seeing no, that one. There you go. So this is the page. This is the Beyond Authentic over on Buy Me a Coffee. I need to update this, look here where it says Weird and Witchy, because that was going to be the other name. But right here it says Qjump with the tarot list on a YouTube live stream. So if you're wanting to Qjump, you can do that. That wasn't somebody Qjumping, I don't think. But if you're wanting to Qjump, that's what you need to press, and it's limited to just 5 per stream, so we don't just get inundated. And yeah, so that's where you do that if you are wanting to take advantage of a Qjump. You can't see, can you? Have I really messed that screen? I probably really messed that up horrendously. Let me just stop the screen and then see whether or not, no, not that. Let me try this one more time. No, not slides. What am I? Why is this? No, it's not wanting to do it. Right, never mind. I don't know why it isn't playing ball today, but never mind. We're not going to jinx it. We're just going to say thank you very much. So yeah, anyway, go over to this site. There's a picture of Jack Sparrow. running away from the zombies. So that is your button to Qjump. If you want to Qjump, you have to go over there and do that, and then just come and let me know that you've done it. No, don't end the stream, Lisa. Oh my gosh, what is going on with my fingers today? Right then, Patricia. Hi, Nandini. You were missed last time. Yeah, we did. We called your name and everything. Lost you altogether, Patricia. Never mind, my darling. It was 2:30 a.m. and you slept. Oh no. What's the time now, Nandini? What's the time now where you are? Let me know. What's that? Has everyone remembered to hit the thumbs up button? Shall we ever go? Shall we ever go, Ed? I know what Ed wants. Ed wants a like spike. That would be glorious. Glorious. No, I won't give in. I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend. I will defend. So yes, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. Create a fantastic like spike. I can't see on my screens here how many likes we've got. So if somebody can look at the front and tell me how many likes we've got on this current live stream, that would be amazing, because I don't get to see that on here unless I do some convoluted thing and try and go into my own stream and watch it while it's live, and then you get background feeds and all sorts of stuff. So how many are we looking at? Can someone let me know? Can somebody tell me? Let's have a like spike. Hit that like. Oh, 10 likes. Thank you very much. Yay, that's good. And it's what? Minutes to 1 a.m. What? 10 minutes to 1 a.m. 1 a.m. right now. Oh, right. Okay. So then we've got 10 watching live and 10 likes. So that's good. That's quite a good like spike. That is glorious. No, I will give in. I will give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend. Yay! Right then, everybody. We're going to do all sorts of bits and pieces today. So let's crack on with some readings. I've got my Urban Crow Oracle deck that I might have to jump on the little white book with. It's not actually a little white book. It's a full proper little guidebook, because I'm still working out the language of this particular deck. So then, if you don't know, I do tarot quite a bit differently. Chetna Sharma, hello, my darling. If you're wanting a reading, my darling, just pop your question into the chat, starting with the word question. I've just seen you ask this one. There we go. So I will pop that question in for you. Yes, Neil, that's a fantastic way of looking at it. Tarot card sets are like advice from different friends. Some are like a blunt friend with no nonsense advice. Some are a kind friend with gentle advice, good for different viewpoints. Absolutely. Yes, that's a very good way of looking at it. Faith 32 is here. Hello, Faith, my darling. I hope you are well. Right. Yeah, try not to doze off, Nandini. But yeah, hi, Liz. Liz is here as well. Hello, my darling. So everybody, we're going to crack on with some readings. It's 7:20 here in the UK, and it is time
I put a spell on you.
To do some tarot.
And now you're mine.
Oh no, I don't want to play that again. Thank you very much. So it is time to do some readings. So yes, you can, Faith 32. All you need to do is put your question followed by the word question. No, start with do this. Look, you see what Blissful's just done? Just there, look. Start it with the word question and then put your question into the live chat. Blissful, I've got yours. It's linked. It's on the list. Right then, everybody. It is time. We are going to crack on with some readings. So let's get cracking with the knacking, as they say, and let's start the tarot. We have a super strong connection here, right? Oh my God! Yes, Blissful, your question was already in. I had your question in at 7:05, my darling. Yours was the first question on the list. So I've got 6 in today. Yours is starting. So then, Blissful, if you're here, come and say hello on the live chat, just so we know that you are there. Rowan Geronimo, I will add yours on the list. And Faith32, I will add yours on the list. So there we go. You are down. Your name is down. You are on that there list. In fact, you could say...
You just made the list.
You just made the list. Hello, Blissful. Right then, my darling. So let's crack on today. Let's get your question up. Here we go. Can I get a better insight into my relationship with Fran? I'm Nina. His intention at this point. Okie dokie. We will do. We'll definitely have a look at that for you. I need to just shift my position on this chair. Bear with me 1 second. My back is really painful today. I am struggling, but we're just going to soldier on like Queen Boadicea or something. Because, yeah. Oh, no. Nothing else falling over, please. Nothing else falling over. We've got enough. Hang on. Hang on. My oracle decks are all falling over. They don't like being rejected. The ones that we weren't going to, that I was thinking about using today, they don't like being rejected. Look, they're all like, no, we're going to, there you go. You can all sit on the floor then, blooming decks. Right, hold on a second, my love. I will get to you in just a second. Let me try and shove this back in its place. Otherwise, it's just going to be upset. Right, okay, you're sitting there then. You can sit there. God, they're like blooming children, aren't they, tarot decks? They're like children, except, you know, you don't get into trouble when you beat them. No, I'm joking. Don't beat your children or your tarot decks. Tarot decks have feelings too. Oh, gosh. There we go. Right then. Now things aren't falling down around my ears. Let's have a look-see. So, stay there. So then, dragons. There we go. Blissful would like to know, can I get a better insight into my relationship with Fran? I'm Nina. His interactions at this point, his intention, sorry, at this point. So then, dragons, what the lovely Blissful is wanting to know basically is, what are Fran's intentions? I'll tell you what, we're going to use the classic deck. We're going to use the Radiant Rider-Waite Smith. So this is a very, it's an old deck, or an old design, if you like, and it's been updated a little bit, modernized a little bit, with the way that it's been recolorized, and it just makes it a little bit brighter and bolder. So this is, here we go, look, come on, this is what the deck looks like now. So this is the deck we're going to use today for the reading. So then let me just switch over to card cam. Here we go. Hang on, here we go, clicking over now. So there we go. Now we're on card cam. So you can see, there you are, look, you can see my tabletop with my glasses because I'm old, my pen and everything. So then, dragons, Blissful wants to know, can I get a better insight into my relationship with Fran? So then we want to know about Fran and Nina. What is going on with this relationship? What are Fran's intentions? Let's have a look. So this is a classic tarot deck that I'm using now, the Rider-Waite Smith. And this is just oh, did you see that? Did you see how it flew across as I was talking? This means that we have got Wispy, which is the air elemental. We've got air energy coming into play. So then the card that's jumped, this is what we call on this channel a modifier or a clarifying card. So this is kind of the filter that the cards come through. Okay, this is what the message is today, and we've got the 9 of Wands. Now for me, Wands is all about your inner sense of security, your sense of well-being, your confidence, all of that. Now the fact that we've got the 9 is kind of almost at journey's end. So I think when your question is literally talking about what is Fran's intentions at this point, I think that Fran is probably quite comfortable with the status quo, with how things are. He's quite confident, quite assured of his place in that relationship. Let me just have a quick little look-see, sorry. He's your boyfriend, right? Okie dokie. Okie dokie, I will have a look. So then, let me just have a look. So, we're going to cut your deck. No, don't be sorry, Blissful. The fact that the cards flipped, this is what we want. We want the cards to do lots of interesting things because it shows that the dragons are listening. So when I say dragons, I'm talking about the elemental energies that I work with. So there we go. So there's 5 different elements, and we've called them dragons, and they are based off of a thought form that I created a long time ago. So we've got Tank, who is the earth dragon. Sounds like that. Boulders rolling down a hillside. Wispy, we've heard. We've got Scarlet, who is the fire dragon. So if you imagine that there's fire being passed across. Laguna is our lovely water dragon, and they sound like this, with a big splash. And then currently we've got Rocky, who is the oldest, the original dragon of all. And Rocky is the spirit element. So Rocky is the embodiment of that spiritual elemental energy. So we've got this currently, but it's probably going to change. But at the moment we're working with Wispy, so we're working with air energy. Oh God, I haven't done your cut, have I? Sorry, I was trying to do your cut. Right, so we're going to cut the cards then. So here we go, waiting for a drop. Oh gosh, no, I think we did do the drop, didn't we? So I've already cut the cards. Right, sorry, I'm getting all kerfuddled. So we've got the past, the present, and the future. Oh, we've got a card reversed. Right then, so let's have a look at your reading then. Let me see if I can drop the question. So then you're looking for a little bit of insight. We've got here, so this is that's the modifying card there. So the past position, we've got the world. Now this is really interesting because it is talking about you, Kesa Suarez. I've got your reading in. I've got yours in. So the Wheel of Fortune is talking about lots of opportunity, but also lots of risks. So I think recently there's been a bit of a, I don't know whether you've taken a risk on the relationship or whether he feels that he's taken a risk on the relationship, because don't forget, your question was very specifically, can I get insight into what my relationship with Fran is like? So you want to know what his intentions are towards you. And so I think he's taken a bit of a gamble with something, whether that is, you know, gambling on the relationship as a whole, whether it's the fact there's been lots of opportunities coming your way recently and you've taken those opportunities together. There's something here about this. Now, don't forget, the Wheel of Fortune comes with risk as well, which is why I was saying it's gambling to a certain extent. Now, that risk could be anything in terms of relationships. It could be the risk is that you fall in love. And then what are you going to do? Because then you can't, you know, he can no longer be single and play the field or sow his oats or anything like that. You know what I mean? It means he's got to play by couple rules. So that could be the risk, or it could be that the opportunity was to absolutely take the relationship to the next level, and you know, you were friends for a while or you knew each other for a while before you jumped into the relationship. Quite often the Wheel of Fortune comes up like that as well. Now, in the present position, interesting that we had the 9 of Wands as your clarifying card. We've got the 9 of Cups as your present card. Look at this. Let me just move this ever so slightly. There we go. Look at this. So this is really interesting. This person has collected all of these cups. Cups is the sign of emotions. So positivity, love, friendship, all of those things. So the 9 of Cups is almost at the end of the journey. Basically, you are full, or he is full of love and admiration, so much so that he's a bit overwhelmed. He's had to sit down. So it's lots and lots and lots of love for you right at this moment. I think he's very secure in that. He's very secure in his feelings because we've got the 9 of Wands as the clarifier. So when you look at these cards together, I tell you what, I can do it like this, can't I? There we go. There we go. Look, that's a little bit easier. Does that look better? I think that works a bit better. I've got to do this, change the cloth back now. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Right. You can see it a bit clearer now. So the this feels really connected. The 2 9s coming up, the fact that you've got this sense of security and this sense of a deep, deep, deep love, I think is really, really interesting. And then for the future, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. Now it's come up reversed, but I'll show you the card first of all. It's talking about there being some work that needs to be done within the relationship, but it also talks about being knackered, feeling really tired, exhausted after a long day. But this is reversed, which means I don't think it is talking about feeling tired. I think this is talking about, even though it's been a bit of a job to get to where you are, I think he is really happy with where you are. He's happy to have put the effort in. He's happy to have put the work in, because it really does feel like he hasn't... it hasn't been this thing where he's like, I don't think it was easy, put it that way. I think the relationship took a bit to get going. Does that make sense? I think it really did take a bit of a kickstart, really. But once it got going, I think he's really happy with where it is now, and he's really happy with the direction that it's heading in, because it really does feel, look, so we've got lots of opportunities with a major card screaming and shouting about opportunities, lots of feeling very confident, very, very secure, very comfortable in the situation, but also feeling all of the love, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of love. And then also here, you know, it not being tiring to be with you, it being easy, even though it takes work, it's easy. He doesn't think it's a burden. He doesn't find it as a challenge. He finds it's the necessary part. He's enjoying that process. So, like, again, let me bring your question back up on the screen. Can I get a better insight into my relationship with Fran? His intentions at this point. I think he is... I don't know whether you live together currently or whether that's on the cards. There's nothing here pointing in that direction, but it wouldn't surprise me if you're not currently living together, and if culturally that's something that you can do in your part of the world, wherever you are in the world. I know some places that's not as accessible or acceptable as others, but it feels very much like you're headed in the right direction. If you feel the same way for him, then this is a really, really positive relationship for the two of you. And with that, Blissful, I'm going to say thank you very much for your reading. It feels very romantic, very much like... very romantical. And I'm going to say thank you very much for your question today. And yeah, that is your reading for today. So thank you very much for joining us. I'm going to swap back to, there we go, move that one out of the way, swap back to the full camera. And there you are, my darling. So thankfully, hopefully, sorry, that helped. And hopefully it gives you a little bit more insight into what is going on with the relationship. But it feels, from the cards perspective, it feels quite solid, to be honest with you. It really, really, really does. You feel the same way. Oh my God. Oh, do we need to buy a hat? Is there going to be a wedding bells on the horizon? Oh, my darling. Oh, I don't think you've got anything to worry about with this one. I really don't. Feels like this one's a keeper. Absolutely, my darling. It really does. It feels like an absolute keeper. Right then. There's me watch going ping. Let's have a look at who's next. Who's next up? We've got, we'll have Pallavi up next, please. Pallavi, if you're here, my darling, come and say hello in the live chat. Yeah, keep us in. You need a ring. You absolutely need a ring. Absolutely. This is very much like this, isn't it? I was dancing like this earlier and you couldn't even see when I played it before. It's a little bit I was going to do that. I was going to do that thing that we used to do at school, where you put your arms like that and then you look from behind and it looks like he's snogging someone. He's your love. Oh, my darling, that's very cool. Sloka, you've spamming this question in the chat now, my darling. So You can't do that. No spamming, please. I'm going to pop you into a timeout now, my darling. You can't keep spamming the same question over and over and over. That isn't going to make me want to read for you. And in fact, it's going to make me absolutely not read for you. So please don't do that. Please don't do that. But yes, I am very, very pleased for you, Blissful, my darling. Let us know how things go. When he pops the question, we want you to post on Instagram the ring. We want happy pictures, smiley, all of that. That's what we want to see. Okay, my darling, but thank you very much for your question. Right then, Pallavi, my darling, are you here? Come and say hello in the live chat if you're still here, Pallavi. I made you happy for the future. No problem, my darling. It feels very much like your future is going to be a very good one. It feels like your future is going to be a very good one. This is the second call for Pallavi. Pallavi, if you're here, my darling, come and say hello. If we have to skip past, oh, sorry, let me shuffle them away from the table. If we have to skip past them and we call for a third time, then unfortunately, Pallavi, you will end up with, as much as it pains me, you'll end up with one of these. So it does look like third and final call for Pallavi. Third and final call. Pallavi, if you're here, my darling, come and say hello in the live chat. Come and say hello. It is now or never. This is it. Red alert. Red alert. Pallavi. No. Unfortunately, Pallavi, we're going to move on to the next question. Right then, Chetna Sharma, if you are here in the live, my darling, come and say hello in that there live chat. Chetna Sharma, if you're here, come and say hello in the live chat, just so that we know you are still on the channel. For everyone that's asked questions today, please do stick around on the live stream. I will get to you all as soon as I can, if I can. And the reason to stick around is literally because if you move off, as you've seen already with Pallavi, then unfortunately we will skip to the next person, because that's only fair. So then, Chetna Sharma, this is your second call. Oh dear. That's red alert time, Chetna. Chetna Sharma, if you're here, come and say hello on the live stream. It's red alert time, my darling. Come and say hello. Come and say hello. You stay right where you are, Nandini. You might get your reading coming up very sooner than you think. So then, Chetna, hopefully, you're here, and hopefully you're trying to type as we speak.
Accessing library computer data.
Priority 1 message from Starfleet coming in on secured channel.
Okay. Unfortunately, Chetna Sharma, it looks like you aren't here either. Oh, yep, there we go. Chetna, oh no, what is happening tonight? We're losing people hand over fist. Right then, so the next person I've got up would be Adiba Mansour. Adiba, if you're here, my darling, come and say hello in the live chat. We're going to be getting through the questions tonight, aren't we? Getting through people tonight. So yes, Adiba Mansour, if you're here, come and say hello on the live chat. Bhavna Adasani, you loved someone very badly since 4 months. He also... Okay, I'll pop your question in, my darling. Hold off on the live stream. Don't go anywhere. Hold off, because as you've seen already, this could be the third person in a row. I don't think we've ever had 3 in a row skip. That is weird. That is some X-Files stuff right there. Second call for Adiba Mansour. Second call for Adiba Mansour. If you're here, red alert. Red alert. If you're here, come and say hello, my darling. Otherwise, we will skip you and we'll go to the next person. So Adiba Mansour, if you're here, come and say hello. Third and final call. Oh no! Oh no! Adiba! What has happened? Oh my darling, you've missed your turn. You have missed your turn. Oh no. Right, okay. So then the next question up is from Nandini. Nandini, if you're here, come and say hello in the live chat. Oh, you watch. Nandini would have buggered off to go and watch Mr. Beast or something, won't you? Nandini, if you're here live, come and say hello on the live chat. You were just here. Here, look. You were just here a few seconds ago. Yay! Look, yay! Yay! Nandini's here. Hang on. Where's me button? Well done, Nandini. Right. Let's get your question up. Advices for your exams in May. Thank you, Claps, thank you. So then, dragons, our lovely Nandini would like some advice for their exams in May. Before we get to that, though, this is going to be for your timestamp. So I'm going to press the magic button, and this is for your timestamp, 40 minutes in. We have a super strong connection here, right? Oh my God! I meant to swap cameras then as well, but I just ran out of time. Right then, dragons. Good evening to the dragons once more. Oh no, that's not what I want. That's the one. Good evening to the dragons once more. Let's bring the camera back into operation. There we go. Which way does that need to go? It's down here now. It's kind of very strange, this cloth. Right then, there we go. So then, dragons, Nandini would like to know some advice for their exam in May. That's what we want. I tell you what, I'm swapping decks. Hang on a second. I'm swapping decks mid-flow. I know, right? I'm going to bring out the tarot of the Wheel of the Year tarot, rather. The Wheel of the Year tarot, because this deck is very cool and very interesting in terms of timescales and different bits of advice. Right, I need all the cards out, please. Thank you very much. That's how these things work. God, you'd think I'd know that by now. I mean, you'd think my hands would get used to getting all the cards out, wouldn't you? Right, that's not a card. Look, that's just like the piece of paper tells us about the decks. And there we go. Right then, so then, Nandini, we've got a different deck for you. So, dragons, we're now using the tarot, the Wheel of the Year tarot. So we've got lots of timescale cards and all sorts of bits and pieces in here. So let's have a look. We need the advice for Nandini's exams coming up in 2 months' time. That's what we want to know. Oh, gosh, that's me throwing the cards around there. Is it one? Oh, no, it's multiple cards. Only counts if it's one card, Nandini. You know that, my darling. You've been on this channel before. Don't forget, if you're watching this live, do please hit that subscribe button. Ding your bell. Oops. Ding your bell so that YouTube notifies you each and every time I upload a video and go live. I am working on quite a significant series at the moment of how to learn tarot, and basically it's a tarot course. So I'm working on that at the moment on videos and on, oh, there we go. We've had a card flip. This is the, oh gosh, where's the right? I'm going to need my glasses. I'm going to need my glasses. That is tiny writing. And so this is the Princess of Pentacles. Yes, the Princess of Pentacles, which I believe is the, is the page in other decks. So that's really interesting. So then, what is this talking about? This is talking about adding up and looking after your money. So this is, if you ever heard the nursery rhyme, the king is in the counting house counting all his money. Look at this. Absolutely. It looks like this person is counting all their money. So yes, money, finances. So it looks like there's going to be a good overall future for you. This is all about work. Pentacles is all about work, career, and money. So it looks like you're going to have some really good opportunities coming your way. So yeah, that looks really, really good. Chole, hello, my darling. I hope you are there. I hope you're there. I hope you're well. Your question is now in. I know, Ed, we don't think we've had 3 in a row miss out. We haven't ever had that. Ever. Right then, so Nandini, let's get your actual cards. So here we go. Now we've done the single card that flopped, or single card that jumped, I should say. We're going to do your drop. So here we go. There we go. It's going to go again. It's going to go again. I can feel it. Oh, there we go. The cards weren't sure. They really weren't sure for a bit, were they? I tell you what, I'm going to put that one over there. So that's your clarifying card. So this is your drop. The past. Oh, the Six of Wands. The present. We've got the moon. Look how gorgeous this card is. I'll show you it in a second. That's the moon reversed. And then we've got the King of Swords. So then, what is this telling us? So when we're looking advice for your exams, the wands, this is talking about kind of celebrating and celebrating. So this is in the past. So hopefully you've done a bit of this, Nandini. You've celebrated already. You've kind of put the effort in. Hopefully you've done this, right? Because 2 months to go, it's not too late to do some cramming, but it does feel very much like you need to not be out partying. That time is kind of over for now. Knuckle down and do the work. I think that's what this card is absolutely saying. So wands for me is all about security. Excuse me. Security and confidence and how you know yourself. So hopefully this is saying that you've enjoyed your student time, or you've enjoyed kind of whatever it is that you've been learning. But now is the time to absolutely, it's not quite the time to celebrate and party yet. Now is the time to keep your head down, because we've got the moon, which is a gorgeous card. Look at this beautiful card. It looks like something that's almost Art Deco. Or Kylie Minogue in her one of her recent tours, probably like 20 years ago, but for me that's recent. She came down on a moon like this. So this moon, the moon here is talking about intuition and guidance, and going with what feels right. But this is reversed. So it really is talking about being very mindful, not just to go with your gut. You've got to absolutely, as far as the exams are concerned, the moon here is saying, don't wing it. Do not go on your gut feelings. Do not try and half-ass this. Do not try and just, wing this. Do not try and get by on, a pretty face and a nice smile. Do not do that. This exam, you need to really put the work in. I think this is what it's saying. But also not to fret, because the moon can sometimes, when it's reversed, can sometimes be a signal of a little bit of sleepless nights. So maybe just be careful with that, because again, this is your overriding clarifying card, the Princess of Pentacles. This is saying that you've already done a lot of this work. It's now time to kind of count up what you've done, if that makes sense. So worrying about it, losing sleep about it, is kind of a little bit too late. Do you know what I mean? Because you should already be past that point now. It's like it's time to just crack on. And then look, we've got the King of Swords coming up in the future. Now, the King of Swords is about authority. So swords can be seen as trouble and strife. I always see it as the challenges, the obstacles to the deck. So it's always that sort of element of there being challenges ahead. But in this case, it has been reversed, which means I do think that there is, whilst it's going to be challenging over the next couple of months, I don't think you need to worry too much. It's like, yes, the authority figure here, look, he's coming in, he's got this very threatening sword, the fire's roaring in the background. But if you look closely, he seems to have a bit of a blanket over his legs. So he seems to not be as much of a threat. It's like it's a chilly day. He's quite happy to sit by the fire. So although this is an authority figure, and although this is like potentially causing you a few issues and a few worries, because obviously you need to get this exam passed, I don't think it's going to come out too badly for you. I think you just need to, honestly, you need to just knuckle down and plow through, because this challenge isn't going to be too much for you to handle. It really does feel like, although it's an authority-based challenge, I think it's going to be something that you can actually deal with. That's absolutely how I am sitting on my table right now. What, like this? You're sitting like this, or you're sitting like this with the sword? Because I think, oh, like this, you mean, counting up all your money. I think you've got this. The cards look really positive. Right, dragons, we're going to do one more. We want an outcome card. An outcome of the exams in May. Now, I know that is slightly further forward than we normally go, but let's have a look. Let's have a look. The princess, yeah. the sleepless nights you've been having at the moment, this is just, you need to just really, really watch out for that. This sleeplessness is not going to do you any good. Right, dragons, outcome card. What have we got? We've got the Two of Swords. So you're going to have, it's going to go one of two ways, which doesn't really help, does it? But you're going to have two choices after these exams. You're going to have two choices. So it feels like, I don't know what the exam is, but say, I don't know, it's I've got no idea. Say it's a bachelor's in, oh, I don't know. My brain's just gone completely numb. There you go. It's a degree in psychology, right? We'll say that. It almost feels like afterwards you're lining up either jobs or, oh, for university. That's really cool then, Nandini, because it almost feels like you're going to have a choice of two. And that choice of two is going to be a bit stressful because we've got this, the swords are coming up as the outcome after the exam. So it looks like you're going to have possibly two choices afterwards. And that's going to be where the stress comes in. It isn't about, are you going to pass? Or are you going to, like, this isn't about like sleepless nights because, oh my God, what if it doesn't happen? It's like, oh my God, it's going to happen. And you're going to end up with two big choices here. It's like, look at this card. Look at these two people. They're not fully fighting, but they're kind of fighting. They're kind of getting into it. It really is just talking about there being this challenge ahead and this choice, this very difficult choice between two equally available options. So you've got the gold and the red and the grey and the black and the silver. Either one of these could be the right choice for you. But because it's reversed, it means making that choice is going to be difficult. But I don't think you've got anything to worry about in terms of the exam. It's for a degree in psychology. Really? See, that is literally what they've just given me. The dragons gave me it. I was like, oh, I don't know. A bachelor's in this, that, and the other. And they've just given me they literally, it was just like, actually, it's a degree in psychology. That happens. This happens. They know. I think you're going to be absolutely fine, Nandini. The fact that you're doing a degree in psychology, which was my instant guess, I don't think you've got any issue with this at all. That is what came to me, was at this degree in psychology, and it almost feels like you're going to be having two distinct choices, whether that's what your minor study is, whether that's, you know, whatever it is that you want to do as a backup. It feels very, very, very well suited. Literally well suited. It feels like it's all in the cards for you, my darling. So yes, as if you needed any confirmation, there you go, my darling. That, I think, is absolute confirmation. Absolute confirmation that the dragons are giving me the information tonight. Absolutely spot on. And the fact that this is quite an interesting deck for me to read from. She feels very again, this deck is a very female deck, very feminine feeling deck, and she feels very very to the point. Feels very to the point. But yes, there you are, Nandini. Thank you very much for your question. And thank you for joining us tonight. 0 to Success Stories. Hello, my darling. You're a new subscriber from India. Hello. Good evening. I need to learn some Indian. We've got so many of the subscribers on this channel are from the Indian continent. I really want to be able to say a few words, so I really need to look into that by next week, because we've got, like, I think something bonkers, like about 40% of the subscribers to this channel are from the Indian continent. So yes, good evening, good afternoon, good welcome, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to you if you are from India. Come and say hello. If you are Muslim, Ramadan Mubarak very soon, isn't it? A couple of days, and it will be Ramadan coming up if you are Muslim. And if you're watching this from anywhere in the world and you're Muslim, Ramadan Mubarak to you and yours. Right then, who is going to be next on this lovely channel? Lots of, oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. Lots of love to you. This was a beautiful reading. Made me feel a bit better. You've got nothing to worry about, Nandini. Get some sleep. Still study. Like, don't go off and party now. It's not the time for that. But get some sleep and just keep working through. Remember, the Princess of Pentacles was your overriding card. That is telling you, you are putting the work in. Now it's time to count your not count your blessings, count your spoils. You've done the work. Now is the time to count the benefits of that work. And that is what the card is saying. And all of those cards back that up. So there you go, my darling. I hope that helps. Oh, look at our lovely Patricia saying, get some sleep and all the very best for your future. I think you've absolutely got this. Abso-friggin-lutely got this. No problem at all. Oh, gosh, hang on. Thank you so much. I really needed it. And yeah, I'll be focused on my sleep schedule. 2 a.m. is not a good time to be awake. Is that now? Is it 2 a.m.? It's never. Is it 2 a.m. in India? Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much for joining me then. And get to bed. Get to bed, Nandini. Get yourself off to bed. Right then, let's have a look at who is going to be next up today. Cesar Suarez. Cesar Suarez. There we go. That hopefully I'm saying that right. Cesar Suarez. If this is you, come and say hello in the live chat, please. I'm going to move this camera back over because it is blocking me from being able to see. So then, Cesar Suarez, if you're here on the live chat, do please come and say hello. Don't forget, everybody, if you're wanting a private reading, I am offering private readings again, because don't forget, everything we discuss here is on the interwebs. And once something's on the interwebs, it'll be on the interwebs for life. So don't forget, everybody, if you're wanting a private reading, you can, in fact, go over to here, Fiverr.com. There's 2 R's in Fiverr, /Beyond Authentic with the 1 instead of an I. If you do that, I can even upgrade you from a 6-card reading to a 10-card reading at no extra cost. Absolutely. Get yourself over there if you want a private reading. They're about anything between half an hour, 45 minutes long. I video it, I send it across to you. It's similar to this, but it goes into a lot more detail. So if that sounds like something you want to do please get yourself off and go and have a little look-see. While I'm doing that, I've just looked on the comments. Cesar Suarez, I can see you, my darling. I can see you. Absolutely. Aqua Witch, you say that you're waiting too. I don't have a question in from you. Do I have a question in from Aqua Witch? I haven't got a question in from you, my darling. So pop your question into the live chat now. I think I might have missed it. Let me just see if I can scroll back up. Nandini, look at that, everybody. I know, right? Nandini's just said, thank you all for your blessings and wishes. Everybody on this channel is wishing you all the very best. Chole is yours. Oh, right. Okay. That was confusing then. That was confusing. Right. So I'll get to you after Cesar Suarez. Right then, my darling. So your question, Cesar, I'm going to do your timestamp. Your question is just a general reading. So then your timestamp starts straight after this. 57 minutes 30. We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh my God! Right then, Cesar. I'm hopefully saying that all right. I hope that's right. So then, I've got your question in, Faith 32. I've got 6 in still, so we're going to go through them as fast as we can, without skimping, obviously. So then, Cesar Suarez, a general advice. Okay, we can do that for you. So then, dragons. Cesar Suarez or Cesar Suarez, I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to pronounce that, but they would like to know just some general advice, please. General advice for around now. Let's see what's happening in the next few weeks, and the next weeks to come, all of that. A bit of advice on situation. I tell you what, we'll do a situation, and then we'll do a Sharon. I've got your Sharon, I've got your question in. Yeah, dragons. If you've not been here before, I use elemental energy. So I work with the elements, and they appear very, very specifically. I work with them in the form of dragons, largely because I had a thought form that was created a long, long time ago. That was a dragon thought form. So it was an egregore, which is a whole complicated thing in ceremonial magic, but basically it's a thought form that you create. A bit like if you think about, if I say to you now, Father Christmas, even if you're not religious, even if you don't know anything about Christmas time and the Christmas holiday, you at least kind of think in your head of a fattish white man, probably red rosy cheeks, white beard, red and white suit, red suit, white on the hat. You think of that image. That's called a thought form. And basically it's like it's become like a thought form. So it's now, that is a standard image across the world of what Father Christmas looks like, even though Father Christmas originally was actually green. Right, I'm having to just, hang on a second. I'm going to change the camera, and we will do here we go. I'm going to do this now, but also I'm just going to change position on my chair because my back is very painful today. I don't think I'm going to go all the way through till 9 o'clock. I think we're going to call it a little bit early today, because I am in quite a bit of discomfort today. So yeah. Right then. So then, dragons, KSR Suarez wants to know a general reading, general advice, please. So let's have a look. We'll do the current situation that you find yourself in, the obstacles or challenges to that situation, and then the outcome. That's what we're going to do. So give you a little bit of advice. Oops, there we go. Didn't move the camera over, did I, like an Egypt? Right then, we're going to do your drop. Oh, a very low drop. Oh no, there we go. Almost didn't get the second drop then. So then let's have a look. So we go, this is the situation you find yourself in. Oh, justice. Justice. Oh, I'll explain why that's getting exciting in a minute. Oh, the moon again. I've just shuffled, and also last time it was reversed, and now it's upright. How does that happen? And then we've got the Queen of Cups, or the Queen of Chalices. Right then, so your current situation, KSR, is there something going on? I'm going to come back onto the live comments now. I don't normally. Is there something going on at the moment? Nanette's here. Good evening, Nanette. I hope you're well, my darling. Is there something going on for you at the moment, KSR, around legal things, around a court case or some sort of contract? Because it feels, look, this card is all about the legal world, really. So it could be a tribunal. It could be that you've had to, that you could be in a bit of difficulty with the law. Or it could be that you are fighting a case, that you are trying to get justice for you. So justice can mean, legally, it can mean like legally, I mean, it can mean a law case, but it can also be talking about just like social justice for you. So it could be that you're actually needing to get some, you're needing to get some, how can I put it, some assistance, or you're needing to make sure that karma works for you. So it's that sort of thing where it feels more, to be fair, as I'm talking, this feels more like karma than legal. Does that make sense? Loan forgiveness. Oh gosh, yeah, that would be it. That would absolutely be it. That would absolutely, if there's a thing and it's talking about, if it means contracts, because justice is often talking about contracts and legal issues where you've got to balance out the options. You've got to balance out the choices. As I say, it can also refer back to karma, but this is also that situation where you're having to weigh up the different options that we're still that we're talking about here. So if there is something happening with loan forgiveness, there will be side effects, and there will be repercussions. So there'll be things that you have to do in order to get that. If it is karma, then you can take that. Whatever you can take from it, whichever way it goes for you, that will be the right one for you in this particular instance. Let me just move that down a little bit more. That was the situation. This is the obstacle. So the obstacle, we've now got the moon in the obstacle position. So the moon is about intuition. So if this is karma, then this is coming up as the the challenge. So the challenge, if it's big career changes, then yeah, if there's a lot happening where you are, if there's a lot happening around legal contracts and around getting what you are owed, getting what is right for you, then that's what this justice card is talking about. This is talking about going with your intuition, going with your gut, going with what feels right in the moment, as well as what feels right for your long-term plans. So the moon is all about that intuition. You know, sometimes, like on the reading I just did, where I said about a psychology degree, that just popped into my head, and I was like, I need to say it because it's just jumped into my head. And having that instinctive element here, and that's what this moon is talking about. She's literally, look, she intuitively knows what you need, whether it's the daisies or this appears to be like a chili pepper plant. So do you need daisies or do you need chili pepper? No, chances are you want the flowers. You don't need the hot spiciness right now. So she's using her intuition. The ring of flowers in her hair goes all the way down the back of her hair as well. So this is like a hippie type element, but this is really being in touch with the earth. Even though she's the moon, it's being in touch with your earth, in touch with your emotional side, because quite often where the moon is concerned, we've got water in the image. Quite often you see like a dog and a cat or a dog and a wolf baying at the moon. In this one, we've got the water here in the reflection, look. So she's absolutely being reflected. And just here, she's got a bracelet on her ankles, which I don't know whether you can quite make it out. It's not really going to focus. It appears to be the triple moon goddess, possibly, in that as well. So there's lots of connection here to a spiritual element. That intuitive spiritual self, that part of you that is far more about karma than legal, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? It's like we've all got different sides to ourselves, and this is your intuitive, this is your psychic, this is your going with what feels right. And then the outcome for this, we've got the Queen of Chalices. So this is all about positive, strong emotions. But also, if you look at this closely, look, she is blissfully happy. She has not got a worry in the world right now. She is very, very contented. She's in her perfect place, in her perfect spot. She's got the ability, money-wise, to wear what she wants. She's got the crown. She's got the decoration here in the background with, again, these flowers. Again, it's the same, or it appears to be the same sort of flowers that are popping up. So there is something here around beauty. Thank you, Aqua Rich, for saying it's a beautiful deck. It is a beautiful deck, but there is something here about nature and beauty and lovely things that is tying your future together. So whatever this is, if there is something here that you are wanting to do something, that is, I don't know, because you said about career changes. So it could be that you're going to follow your instinct, go down a different route, particularly if it links in with nature. That's a really important thing. And that is your heart's desire. So whatever your heart is telling you, this Queen of Chalices, go with your gut feeling, with the intuition, and absolutely go with what your heart is going to cheer for, if that makes sense. In 6 months' time, when you look back at the last 6 months, do you want to be like, oh my God, that was such an amazing choice. I made the right choice. I'm so happy with the way it's gone. Yes, it's been a challenge, but my Lord, it's gone really well. I'm really happy. I'm really content. Or would you rather be in a situation where you're regretting not having made these changes, not having gone with your gut? It's like there may be a position where you'll end up in a job that is purely financial, and you're there just because you have to put food on the table. We've all done it. I've done crap jobs that I absolutely hated, but it was important to pay the rent and keep a roof over my head and to, you know, put food on the table. And then there's other jobs that I absolutely adore, that is just my perfect fit for me and makes me very happy. And it feels like, as an outcome card, this is going to be what's right for you. But you have to do the one that is following your intuition, because the situation right now is looking a lot more legal, a lot more in the balance, put it that way. And with that, my darling KSR Suarez, hopefully I don't know how I'm saying it, but yeah, hopefully that helps. Oh, what's this saying? Hang on, what does this say? Yes, I've been looking for the right job with the right energy. Yes, I've been in toxic jobs, haven't we all? And I've walked away. Wow, I've needed to follow my intuition to what feels right. Yes, 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 and yes. And then you'll get this really positive outcome. So yes, 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 and yes, absolutely, 100%. And yeah, with that, my darling, that is your reading for today. So I really hope you can take it. A slightly different spread, even though it's still a 3-card spread. So yes, thank you very much for that, KSR Suarez, and thank you for your question. And I hope that that helps. And I'm going to move on to the next question now. So then, who have I got up next? I'm going to go to Bhavna Adesani. Bhavna Adesani, if you're here in the live, please come and say hello. What have we got? No problem at all, KSL Suarez. No problem at all. No problem whatsoever. So then, everybody, don't forget. Oh, let me come back on screen. Hello, I am still here. Hello, hello, I'm still here. Here we go. There we go. Hello. So yes, don't forget, everybody, we do have channel club membership here. We have club channel members. It's not via YouTube because YouTube takes a massive cut, and also there's a lot of politics with the YouTube system. So we've decided to go with buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic. Buy Me a Coffee is a bit like Patreon. You can just sign up over there for a regular monthly support, and you can do that starting at just £3. If you want to know more, I'm going to tell you about it. Oh gosh, hang on. I'm going to tell you about it right now.
Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. And then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ding your bell, and make sure your settings are changed to all. That way YouTube should notify you each and every time I upload a video. But if you would like to support myself and this channel just a little bit more, you can always go across to buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic, where you can in fact buy me a coffee. Thanks so much for those of you choosing to support me.
Yes, indeed. Yes, just before we came live here at 7 o'clock this evening, we had a pre-live live, it's called, where literally a pre-live live where we were discussing what we were going to do today. Yeah, I think this could be the time, really. I think this could be the time. So I am going to do your reading in just a second. Oh, Bhavna Dasani, you're here, my darling. Lovely. Are you here? Sorry. Yes, you are. Hello, 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 hello. Yes, I've got your question. You don't need to post it again. Thank you very much. I've got your question. So then I do have an oracle deck standing by as well. So I'm going to get to your question first of all and see whether it's an oracle or a you unfriend you, stop talking, will you be back? Right. Right, this is interesting. This could work with the oracle deck. So it says you loved someone very badly for the last 4 months. He also started caring, but 12 days back, he lost contact and unfriended you and stopped talking. Will he be back? Let's have a look. So then, I tell you what we're going to do. Bhavna, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to switch to the other camera because I have the Urban Crow Oracle deck. So this is the Urban Crow Oracle deck, okay? Now, there are differences between Tarot and Oracle, and the Oracle decks tend to be a lot easier to get readings for on certain types of questions, okay? And the Tarot tends to go into the subconscious. Now, your question is very specific. So it's a very specific type of question that absolutely does work. So it says here, look, you lost contact. He's unfriended you and stopped talking. Will he be back? So we're going to ask the oracle cards. Will he be back? So we're going to go for 2 cards initially. So then dragons. Normally, oh, have I done the swoop? Oh, I did do the swoop. I just didn't write it down. Oh, gosh, hang on a second. Sorry, I need to write it down. Otherwise, I won't remember to do the timestamps. 1:13, 1:13:0. And now my pen stopped working. Thank you, universe. Thank you, universe. Can I have a pen that works back, please? There we go. 113 dead, right? And that is, oh my gosh, Bhavna, BHARVN8. Sorry everyone, bear with me 1 second. Adesani, there we go. So Bhavna, there we go. So the oracle cards are fantastic for getting very specific answers. So your question is very specific, so that's what we're going to do. So then, dragons, Bhavna Adesani would like to know that the person that they have been connected with and seeing for the last 4 months, even though he started caring as well, they lost contact 12 days ago, and Bhavna is being ghosted, unfriended, stopped talking and everything. So we want to know, will this other person come back to Bhavna? That's what we want to know. Will he be back? So that's going to be the first card, dragons. And then we also want to know, should he be back? Okay, so we want to know, the first one is, will he come crawling back, or will he come back wanting to continue the relationship in some form? And the second question is, should Bhavna accept that anyway? Should Bhavna accept that? Let's have a look for you, my darling. So no cards have jumped because this isn't a tarot deck. This is the oracle, and it tends to feel very different, but this can give very very direct answers. So we're going to do your cut. So we do your drop. Here we go, so you can see it. Oh, there we go. Cards weren't sure. There was a double drop. Double drops always mean they're not quite certain. These cards are a bit bigger than my tarot cards. So will he come back? Oh gosh, that doesn't help, does it? Anticipation. I think he's probably playing you a little bit. That's what this says to me. The anticipation, that's what this feels like. It feels like he's almost playing a game a little bit to see whether you'll start trying to ring or trying to contact him. That's what this feels like. It feels like a bit of a game. This anticipation thing really does feel like it's like he's wanting to be missed, if that makes sense. The absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's that sort of thing. And this anticipation, I think this is almost, I think it's working, because I think you're getting to that point where you're like, oh, is he going to come back to me? Is he going to come? Like, is this going to happen? Are we going to you know, pick up where we left off? All of these things. It really does feel, look, it really does feel like he's playing you a little bit. It really does. Unfortunately, I know it's an awful thing to say, but it really does. Born to be Wild, I've got your question in. Aqua Witch, thank you for that. It really does feel like he's trying to be a player. You know what I mean? So then let's have a look at, should you, if he wants to come crawling back, should you let him back? Oh, preparation. So this, to me, this says be prepared for him to come crawling back and expect to be let back in immediately. That's what this feels like. You told him a sorry as well, but he did not reply, so you stopped messaging. Oh, there was a thing. Did you have a falling out then? Was there a falling out? Because that wasn't clear in your question. If there was a falling out, then that changes things ever so slightly. If he isn't ghosting you, then that does change things slightly. So if you had a fallout, then this anticipation is what you're going to be feeling now, waiting and wondering and hoping for him to come back. Especially if there was I was just pointing to the screen, but you obviously can't see it. But if there is something here, look, in this message here, where it says, I told him sorry. If you've made a mistake, then chances are, whether he's playing, I think the thing you're going through at the moment is this says anticipation of having him come back. Now, the reality is, if there is a disagreement and it's something that you've had to apologize for, then you might always feel this. You might always feel this anticipation that he's going to walk back in, because it's down to him to accept your apology. All we can do as humans is to apologize, right? It's not for us to force that other person to accept the apology and forgive us. All that other person has to do is accept the apology. In fact, they don't even need to do that. But all we could do when we tell somebody we're sorry, when we apologize for something, all we kind of have to hope for, all we can ever hope for, is that the apology is accepted. It doesn't mean it's forgiven. It doesn't mean that they want to be around you. It doesn't mean that they are going to pick up where things left off. Do you know what I mean? It really just does mean that you didn't make a mistake. So why did you apologize then, my darling? You don't need to apologize then. I don't think this anticipation, I think this is you. I think I'm going back to my original. I think he's playing. I think he's playing with you. He's playing a game. I think he's trying to play with your feelings. I really, really, really do. I don't think you've done anything wrong. This doesn't feel like you've done anything wrong. This preparation would for me be talking about getting prepared to move on. It doesn't feel like you're ready to move on yet. Dragons, give me a card for advice. We'll use this one for advice. Give me a card for outcome then. If this was the advice, because normally I do 3: situation, advice, and outcome. So we'll do that with this. Sorry, dragons, I know I'm confusing you. Situation is anticipation. The advice is preparation. So prepare to move forward. Absolutely. Oh my God, play. Yes. He's a player. Oh, Bhavna, he's not worth it. He's not worth your time or energy. Absolutely. Look at this. He's an absolute player. So this is talking about, I mean, it's generally, this is talking about being playful and all of these things. But the fact that we've been talking about, is he a player or not? Absolutely. He is a player. He's trying to play your emotions and your feelings. I hope you haven't given him any money. I hope you haven't given him any access to bank accounts or anything like that. I hope you haven't sent him gift cards or, you know, anything at all like that, or you know, checks or any form of money, even if it's just like £10, €10, 10 rupees, whatever. I hope you haven't given him any money at all, because it really does feel very much like he's a player. You did, Aquarich. You said it. You said player vibe. Look, just up here before the card came out, I've been saying player. As an outcome, he's an absolute player. So yeah, do not let this guy back into your life, my darling. Do not let this guy back into your life. This preparation here, it's really important that you absolutely, that you just be prepared to move on. Be prepared to forget and move on. I don't think, if he's ghosting you, if he is now waiting and dangling that carrot, and oh, he's just done that, and he's wanting you, he eventually, I've got a feeling, right, if he's the player that I think he is, he will eventually message you and go, oh, Bhavna, you don't understand, something awful happened and I had to delete your message because, you know, I was like, I had to give my phone to my best friend who was dying of cancer and I couldn't get to see them. So, you know, I just need, they're you know, they're nearly dead and I just need some money to get to them before they die. And, you know, I need you to help me out with some money for the bus or for the tickets or for whatever. It's that sort of feeling about it, my darling. It's that sort of feeling. Exactly. In the words of a very wise woman, next. Exactly. Thank you, next. Thank you, next. Just a sudden stop in talking is making you anxious. Don't worry, my darling. Don't worry. This is what he's doing. This is where he's playing. He wants you to be in a position where when he picks up the phone again, when he messages you, that you absolutely go, oh, come back into my life, William. We'll call him William. We'll call him Bob. Come back in, Bob. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you're okay, Bob. Where have you been? I've been so worried, Bob. So that he is back with his feet under the table, his slippers under your bed. He is back in that position of being able to dangle that carrot. And then he gets to play you. He's an absolute player, my darling. Move on. Be prepared. Move on. Seriously, move on from this. I do not think that he is somebody that, like, whether or not you want him, Like, he could be the best lover you've ever had. He could be the most amazing. Do not message, my darling. No, no, no. Move on. Move on. Move on. Move on. Move on. Do not message him. Literally, what I would say, my darling, is count your blessings that he's out of your life now. I know it's going to hurt right now, but it feels, and the cards, like literally that player card, that play card coming up so strongly. Absolutely, he is a player. He is trying to play you for his own means. I do not think in any way, shape or form that he is genuinely has feelings for you. It wouldn't surprise me if he was doing this to other people, other women, other men. It doesn't matter, non-binary folk. He will be just somebody who is playing you. Get what he can from you and then move on. And or he may well have been genuine, but his actions now means he does not deserve you. So do not worry about him. Do not fret about him. If I were you, I would delete his number out of your phone, like take him off all of your social medias, block him from everything, and just move on with your life. There'll be a bit of a period in between of grieving where you're like, oh, I'm really sad. Just go through that and then count your blessings. Count yourself very lucky that he got out of your life when he did, and he showed you his true colors. He showed you his true colors. If he's not even enough of a human being, a decent human being, to pick up the phone and text you and say, actually, I don't think I want to be in this relationship, or to ring you and say, look, it isn't working, but I wish you all the joy in the future. Hopefully you can go and find, the right person for you. If you can't even do that, sod him. He's no bloody good. No bloody good at all. But anyway, that is your reading, my darling. So thank you very much for your question. I hope that helps. But seriously, my darling, move on, move on, move on, move on, move on, move on. So then, I think who is next? Let me just have a little look-see on the chat. I've got Chole. Although we know it's Aqua Witch. Aqua Witch, my darling, if you're here on the live, come and say hello. Chole, if you're here, and it isn't Aqua Witch, if for some bizarre reason that Chole is actually here on the live as well, and Aqua Witch is just pretending to be you, then do come and say hello. But in other words, Aqua Witch, come and say hello on the live, and I will get to your reading next. There we are. Hello. Yes, Bhavna, look, your sisters are with you. Absolutely. We are with you, my darling. We're all joined together on this. Move on, move on, move on. Right then, I think I'm going to do one more reading after this because my back is absolute agony tonight, and I don't think I can sit in this chair much longer. So then, Aqua Witch, I will write down, if my pen is still functioning, which it was, where have I put it? There it is. I will write down your timestamp so that on the replay, you'll be able to see this and, oh, come on, pen. You'll be able to see this and 1:27:00. You'll be able to see this and jump to it. That's what I'm trying to say. Good Lord, my brain is all over the place tonight. The energy is very strong with these decks. Loving it. Right. Let's go for your reading. Let's get it. Let's do your timestamp. Your swooshy starts here. Where's the swoosh button? There it is. We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh my God. Right then, let's have a little look-see. So then, Aqua Witch, I've got your question. Would you like it from the Oracle deck or the Tarot deck? Because I know you've in the comments on the chat, you've said that you like both. So I'm going to give you the option. Would you like the Urban Crow Tarot deck or the Wheel of the Year? No, sorry, the Urban Crow Oracle deck or the Wheel of the Year Tarot deck. What would you prefer, my darling? I will give you the choice, which I very rarely do. Normally it's whatever I'm drawn to, but you've said you like both decks. So what would you prefer, my darling? Okay, Nanette. Nanette's going off. She'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, Nanette, my darling. So then Aqua Witch, the Tarot. Okay, my darling. Okay, so then let's have a look. I'll tell you what, Chole, we're going to do this. What we're going to do is this. I want to ask that I'm a single mum. His parents don't know that I am a single mum. Whose parents? Me and my boyfriend were already we're 2 years old. We will be together in the future. Okay, right. So were you in a relationship for 2 years and you had a baby together, but his parents don't know that you've got a baby together? Is that right? Am I reading that correctly? And you want to know if you're going to be in it in the future. Right, let me just double check. Right, who have I got next after this? Amy Winter is the next one up after this, and then I've got Sharon Ann Lopez, and then Born to Be Wild. I'm going to see if I can keep going. I'm going to see how long I might be able to get to all of you. So hang on in here. Yes, that's right. Right then. So hang on in there, Born to Be Wild. I will hopefully try and get to you. I'm going to try and go through till 9, because that's when we normally do. So I'm going to do my best. So then, dragons. The lovely Chole, otherwise known as the Aqua Witch, would like to know she's been with her boyfriend. They were together for 2 years. There's a baby involved, but his parents don't know. Shh, don't tell the parents that there's a baby. Will Chole, the Aqua Witch, will her and the baby daddy, will they be together in the future? That's what we want to know, dragons. We're going to do an oracle poll, a single card oracle poll, and we're going to do a single, we're going to do your 3 cards. Thank you. We're going to do your 3 card tarot as well, dragons. Okay, so we want a feeling with the oracle and details with the tarot. That's what we want. Miriam, unfortunately, my darling, we are out of time now, my darling. We've only got another 27 minutes, and I've got 6 or 7 more readings in the list already. So yeah, I am trying. Oh, you are still together. Oh, right. Okay. I've got it. I understand. So then, dragons, they are together. Aqua Witch and the boyfriend are together. And in fact, his parents are very wealthy and a little bit egotistic, or a little bit egalitarian. I get what you mean. And you're afraid that you can't be together. So you're afraid you're not good enough for your boyfriend's parents. Wow. Let's have a look. So then, dragons, we want a feeling with the oracle. So let's do the drop. A feeling with the oracle. There we go. So I'll bring that one in. I'm going to leave it face down for a time being, and then we'll get the details and all of the nuances with the tarot. So then let's do this. I don't normally read together, do I? Lots of new things. See, I've got new decks tonight that you haven't seen on the channel before, that I haven't really used on the channel before. There's new spread designs. There's all sorts. I keep trying to change things up a little bit just to keep it interesting for me and the mods. Right, let's have a look then. So then, dragons. Oh, did a card turn then? I don't think it did. Try to. So Wispy, you know this by now, my darling. Wispy is our air dragon. Wispy, if you're wanting a card to flip, you need to be a bit bolder than that. You know this by now, Wispy. So then, we're going to do one more round. One more round. Here we go. And there's the card that dropped. Oh, look at what we've got. Look at what we've got. We've got 2 that dropped. I only thought it was 1. But look, they're both Major Arcana cards, and they were both reversed. So we've got the Tower and Judgment as your modifying cards for your tarot. 2 Major Arcana cards. I'm going to bring that camera slightly further away. There we go. And I'm going to bring the decks down slightly. So these are your modifying cards. You've got 2 modifying cards, and both of them are major Major Arcana cards. Right. Let's do your drop. Is it going to go again? It feels like it's going to go again. Ooh. Oh, it's a waterfall drop. It's going to keep going. Yeah, can you see the lines separating there? Is it going to go again? Nope. Nope, that's it. Right, a waterfall drop. A staggered drop. So then, here we go. Here we go. We've got... Wow, we've got more. Right, another major arcana card as well. Right then, let's look into this then. So, wow, this was reversed. Was this? Did I not even notice that this was reversed? Or did I pick it up reversed? That's a bit weird. So then, your Oracle card is preparation again. You just saw me shuffling them. I shuffled them all the way through. So this is really about being prepared. So prepare yourselves for what happens when his parents find out. Be as prepared as you can. If he wants to still be involved with you and your son, which I think he should be, and it feels very much like this is the family. Look, big crow, slightly smaller crow, little crow. Arguably, daddy, mummy, baby. I'm not saying that's the only family unit, but in this case, that's your boyfriend. This is you, and this is the little one. So be prepared for either scenario. Be prepared, because eventually they're going to find out, right? They're going to find out that you're together, and they're going to find out that that he is a baby. And they're going to find out that they are grandparents. That's going to be the key thing. So this preparation card, be prepared for any outcome. So be prepared for it to go well, but also be prepared for it to go not so well. Okay, that's what I would say. So make sure you've got even in advance, get a DNA test in advance, so the paternity test, so that his parents can't deny the child. Do all of that work in advance, Aqua Witch. Make sure that you've got everything as crossed as you can, everything ticked, everything done as much as you possibly can in advance before they even find out. Okay, and then we've got these as your clarifying cards. Now these are interesting because both of them can be seen as light and dark. So the Tower often, look at, holy fuck, sorry, excuse my language, can you see 3 crows? Oh, technically there's a 4th, but I didn't see that one. I just saw the 3 crows with these 3 crows. So the crows in these two decks are really strongly linked now. That is fascinating. So the Tower represents something that you've built up that comes crashing down. Okay, so it could be I know, right, sinking. It could be this like the lies of the relationship, like the fact that you've lied or he's lied to his parents. It could be that comes crashing down, but it could also be the barriers between the relationship that come crashing down. So be prepared for things to change and for what you assumed things to be to not actually be that way, if that makes sense. So it could be that you're just assuming that his parents aren't going to accept you, whereas actually they really might. But be prepared for this fallout. Again, be prepared, this preparation card. And then we've got Judgment here. Now this is a really interesting Judgment card because it's from the other perspective. Normally with Judgment, we see the angelic figure calling the dead up to heaven to stand in the day of judgment, on Judgment Day. But this is very different. This is from the perspective of the person. So this person, look how wealthy they look. They've got this fur coat, this lovely dress, jewels, but can you see she's standing up, even though it's very cold, she's barefoot and the coat is coming off. This furred coat is coming off. She's being called to judgment, but she's going to be stripped of all of this finery. Okay, so at the end of the day, this is saying that whatever the belief process is around his parents and whatever you think they're like, when it comes down to it, it's going to be without all the strappings, without all that financial wealth, without all the doodah, all the bits. That's all going to come off. So eventually, you're going to have to just be tried and give your truth as nakedly and as honestly as you possibly can without all those trappings. So this is going to be a test, I think, for the boyfriend rather than for you, because for you, I don't think you got with the boyfriend because of the money. You got with your boyfriend because you like him, and then later that all got discovered and blah blah blah, and oh, now there's an issue. But at the time, I don't think that wasn't your, you're not a gold digger, basically. They might see you as that way, or you might be worried that they see you in that way, but I don't think that that's going to be the case. Now, your actual reading from your 3 cards, we've got the 9 of Pentacles. Now this has been reversed, but look, this is in the past position. So again, Pentacles is about money. 9 is about having an abundance, having lots and lots and lots, having worked and worked and worked, and now being able to enjoy that money. In this case, the Pentacles, the discs, the coins, they are growing on this grapevine, and they are showing you that there is a wonderful harvest that's happening. So there is a lot of harvest. There is an abundance of grapes. There's going to be an abundance of wine. This farmer is very, very happy. He's going to sell these grapes, crush them down, make wine. He's going to be very rich, even richer than he already is. There is an abundance in place, but this was reversed. So I think this is saying, I think I'm absolutely spot on, you know, Aquawitch. When you got together, I don't think you knew that he was wealthy. I don't think money was an issue. It wasn't about that. You were happy with the squishy grapes of life. Do you know what I mean? You were happy being with him and having squishy grapes. You weren't in it for the money. You weren't in it to go, oh my God, let's look at all this cash. I want money. You know, I'm gonna, oh gosh, hang on. Oh gosh, hang on, I've got cramp. Oh, my leg is just cramped up. Sorry. I don't think that you, bit of an exciting turnaround there, wasn't it? I don't think that you were in it for the money. And so because of it, I think that's where this difference is, okay? And I think that his parents are going to see you as maybe a gold digger, but yeah, you weren't in it for the money. As you just said, you only need him, you don't need his money. Absolutely. But you're going to be able to prove that as well. You are going to be able to show his parents that that is true, because in the present, we've got this. Look at this. The wand is, the magician. You've got the ability to shape the world around you. This is the card of witchcraft. This is the card of wizardry. This is the card of magic. This is the card of manifestation. It's absolutely amazing. So we've got the pentacle. We've got the sword or the dagger. We've got the wand. We've got the chalice. And we've got the pentacle there as well. Look, so we've got the 4 suit to the tarot deck. In this case, we've got these 2 infinity symbols that are shining, meeting with this energy and forming this glowing pentacle shape in front of the magician. So absolutely, you have got the power to make life in your hands right now. So in other words, you're asking, will you be together in the future? What's going to happen? All of that. You can manifest it, my darling. You can absolutely manifest it. And I do mean that. I do absolutely mean that you can make this happen. It feels very much, yeah, as Patricia's saying, be prepared for compromise from all parties, from all sources. Exactly. It feels like you're going to be able to change their opinion or change what you think is going to be their opinion. But I've got to say, as Patricia's saying, it's going to take some effort. It's going to take some work. The thing about the magician card that a lot of people don't realize, oh gosh, maybe I won't be able to go on much longer. No, I'm going to go through till 9. The thing about the magician card that a lot of people don't realize is that actually, to become a skilled magician and to be able to use the elements and change the world into your image of what the world should be and to create magic, it takes a lot of learning, a lot of study, and a lot of energy. It really, really does. And that is a lot of effort. And as Patricia says, it will take compromise. It will take a balancing act of balancing these 4 elements and making sure that all of them are in play together and that all of that energy is singing from the same hymn sheet. It will absolutely, it will mean you, your son, and your boyfriend together being able to, you know, see his parents, and for you to do it together in a way that is united, but also in a way that isn't going to be too upsetting for the parents to go, oh my God, you've got a baby, and like they're going to be upset that they weren't told, like regardless of their feelings about you. They're going to be grandparents or grandparents again. And again, preparation. And then here, look, the Princess of Wands is coming up in the outcome position. So again, this is absolutely beautiful. Look, so Wands for me is talking about security. It's talking about, no, thank you. I don't want to look back at my memories from last year. Good Lord. It's talking about security and confidence. But look, what is she looking at? She's looking in the horizon. She's looking off to the distance, off into the future. You can see we've got the mountains here in the background. She's got a letter here. So that is talking about, you know, information, perhaps secrets, because this letter, if you look, can you see the envelope? Look at this envelope. Can you see? Look at the state of my nails. Oh, that's shocking. I literally just came straight from the warehouse. I didn't even look at the state of my nails. I'm so sorry, everybody. I didn't even realize. That's disgusting. But look at this ribbon. There's a seal on this envelope. There's a ribbon that tied it. There's posh paper. This is not a letter of please pay £750. This is not a tax bill. This is not a receipt. This is a love letter. So this is secrets that are being revealed by this card. And she's talking about gaining more confidence, gaining more wisdom, gaining that sense of security, and gaining that sense of knowing your place and feeling your place and feeling your power. This is the Wheel of the Year tarot deck, Patricia. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a really, really lovely deck. It's one that I've had in my collection for a little bit, I think. But I don't often, yeah, you know me, I get stuck in a rut, don't I, with my decks. So yeah, I think this is really, really good future, a good outcome card. I think it's a good security card. I think you're going to feel a lot more secure, a lot less anxious. This is going to go in quite a positive way. It may take a while to get there though, but I think it's absolutely going to be something that you are able to look into the long term to actually, I think you've got a long-term future. So in answer to your question, will you be together in the future? Absolutely yes, because you've got this long-term planning, this sense of security in this relationship. She's holding a rose, you know what I mean? She's holding this flower of love and connection. She's got this love letter here. We've even got water coming in, which represents the chalices or the cup suit, which again is all about emotions. So I think that you've got, I think it's going to be difficult because there's going to be, this is the secrets being revealed with the Tower. This is life as your in-laws thought it was, being revealed and being like that falsehood being taken down. And this is their comments and their judgment. So that is going to be your biggest hurdle with this. But I think as long as you can stick together, the three of you as a unit, as long as you can stick together, and as long as you can remember that you've got the ability to manifest this, as long as you put the preparation in place, you've got it. And with that, my darling, I hope that that helps, Aqua Witch. What a reading that turned into. What a reading that turned into, eh? Like, how many cards was that? 6 cards, 7 cards, 12 cards, 1 million cards? Bonkers. Absolutely. But that was really, really fun. That reading was really fun. So I hope that it helps. And do please let us know when they find out. Do please come and let us all know, because we're nosy bitches on this channel. We just want to know the gossip. So do please come and let us know how things go over the weeks to come. Simran Kaur, unfortunately, we are pretty much closed now. I've got enough time for one more reading, which is going to be Amy Winter. Amy Winter, if you're here live, come and say hello. Born to be Wild, hang on in there, because if Amy's gone off, then you will be up next. Oh, my darling, thank you. You don't have to, but thank you. A great reading. Thank you, my darling. Born to be Wild, stop spamming your question in the chat. I've just said to you, if Amy Winter isn't here, if Amy doesn't come in, then I will get to your question. I've got your question here. Amy's here. Look at this. Thank you so much. Right. Born to be Wild, hang on. I tell you what, Amy, bear with me 1 second. Dragons, we're going to do a speed one on the Oracle cards, right? Will DC choose you? So that's a very simple yes or no. So we're going to go with the Oracle. Dragons, Born to be Wild would like to know, will DC choose Born to be Wild? That's what we want to know, Dragons. So we've got the Urban Crow Oracle. We want to do a very, very distinct, very definitive answer. And then, Amy, I'll be coming to you next. So then, here we go. Born to be Wild. Let's see. Will DC choose you? Oh, 1 card. Just as I was about to say we haven't had a card. Release. Oh, a transformation card. Otherwise it would be card 13 in a tarot deck. So this is, oh, in fact, there's two. Growth and release. Oh my gosh, they're almost polar opposites. So we've got this. So will DC choose you? Growth is in terms of growing as a person, but maybe growing together. This is really going to help. I think growth and release. I would say that if this growth period is including you, right? If the plans with DC is including you, and the plans there are for you to be able to move forward together in a way that is going to grow and change the situation, then you need to release those expectations and release the past. Whatever your past history is together, you need to be able to move forward and move forward in a brand new way. Awakening is a very good call, Aqua Witch. A very good call. So yes, I think as long as there is growth here together, you need to release whatever has been made in the past. So I don't think it's going to be a very simple thing, Born to be Wild. I think that you may need to, there might be a little bit of growing for you, perhaps dealing with patience, I don't know, because, you know, spamming, but whatever it is that you need to learn, whatever this growth period is for you, I think you need to show that to DC, show that you've got this growth, and then release any of that negativity you're carrying, because it feels like there's a lot of negativity being dragged along. So the fact that you're asking, the fact you've been asking so many times, and the fact you've been so concerned to get a reading really does say to me that there is something here that you are dragging along, almost like, you know, those trawlers that go fishing, trawlers where they put their nets out. It almost like it is like you've nabbed a big hunk of concrete on the sea bottom or something, like a bit of debris, and you're dragging that, and it's slowing everything down, and it's altering the course that you can otherwise take. Once you release that, once you cut that net free, you're released, and then you've got this growth. Okay, but I think, in all honesty, DC needs to see growth before they'll choose you. I don't know what that means. I don't know whether DC is Washington, whether it's a person, whether it's a company. I've got no idea what that means, but I think you need to show growth and show that you've released the past. Whatever that means for you, my darling, the cards are quite definitive with that. Awakening, absolutely a time of releasing what you've gone through and moving on. So it's a person, yeah. So you need to show them that you are growing as a person and releasing that negativity in the past. Amy, my darling, and with that, Born to be Wild, I was going to say thank you very much for your reading as well. So then, Dragons, Amy Winter is here, our last reading today. Amy, my darling, you've been on the stream quite a few minutes or hours or days. Time doesn't work the same for me as it does other people. So would you like a tarot with the Wheel of the Year deck, as you've seen? So I'll again just show you some of these like wonderful pictures. What's this? This is the Ace of Wands, look. Would you like this deck? Or would you like the Urban Crow deck, the Urban Crow Oracle deck, which looks like this? So we've got lots of very different cards. So what would you like, Amy, my darling? I'll let you choose, as you are the final reading today. Thank you. You're not impatient. I was only teasing your leg, Born to be Wild. You just didn't know how it works, it being the first time I've been on here. No worries, my darling. Once you've asked your question, it gets picked up, and then we will get to it. The tarot, my darling Amy, no problem at all. Right then, so I need to remember that I just did an extra little quickie. So that was for Born to be Wild, and it would be about 3 or 4 minutes ago, and it's now 1 minute 52. So I'm going to call it 1 minute 49, and that was Born to be Wild. Be Wild. And then Amy Winter is the last one tonight. So we've had, did we have 4 in the end tonight? Mods, I think we had 4, didn't we, tonight in the end, that that didn't stick around and they lost their readings. Right then, Amy, I'm going to do. I'm not even going to do your timestamp swoosh. Yes, I will. I'll do your timestamp swoosh. I don't want you to feel like you're missing out, my darling. Here we go. Right then, dragons, Amy Winter, lovely photo, by the way. Look like you're blowing us all a kiss, Amy. Amy would like to know, can she have a general reading? Amy would like a general reading, please. And then they say thank you with a lovely heart on the end. So that's lovely for the dragons. Lovely heart for the dragons. So then let's have a look. Oh, you saw that one not just pop out, but it absolutely flipped and rotated. So it wants to be this way up. What is it? What's the card? I can't recognize them all yet. So it's the reversed King of Pentacles. So the kings are representing authority. Pentacles. Look how this is just such a beautiful deck. I don't know why I don't use it more. But you've got look at this. You've got the treasure chest. So the king is literally in his counting house, counting out his money. Look at this, regal. However, it's come up reversed, which means I think there could be some money issues at play at the moment. So maybe money's a little bit tight, or maybe money is a little bit, how can I put it? Maybe money is a little bit, a little bit tight. Like we're all feeling the pinch, aren't we? We're in a global economic crisis. We're all feeling that pinch. Thank you, Aqua Witch. It's 3:25 a.m. and you're still watching. You really love this live chat. Oh, thank you, my darling. So yes, it could well be. It could well be that there is a bit of a financial bit to the question. Let's have a look, Amy. So, I haven't done your drop, have I? Your cuts. So when we cut the cards, I always call it a drop because as it goes, sometimes it goes staggered. It's like a waterfall where it just keeps going. Sometimes it's a definitive cut, but I always call it a drop. And the dragons know where they. Oh gosh, that's a definitive drop, isn't it? The dragons know exactly where they want it to go. So on a single drop like that, a single cut. That's very definitive, Amy. So the dragons are absolutely, there's no question about this. They absolutely know what the message is for you tonight, my darling. So let's have a look. Wow, 2 more major arcana cards. So this deck is really talking to me tonight. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nanette. I'm so great. Thank you. That's a lovely message. Right, I'm coming off that because I keep getting distracted. I keep getting distracted by the loveliness of everybody in the chat. Right, give me 2 seconds. I just had to slurp my drink, and as you know, I don't like doing that on mic. So then, my darling, Amy, what does this mean? So in the past, we've got the High Priestess, or the High Priestess, La Papessa. La sacerdotisa, die Hohepriesterin, and die Hogepriesteres. I've just butchered all of those languages. I know, right? So this is the High Priestess. Now, normally I see the High Priestess as being quite aloof, but look at this. Look how friendly this High Priestess looks. So in traditional tarot, she's standing between 2 pillars, a white and a dark pillar. In this deck, she's sitting between the 2 candles. She's still got the Torah, although this doesn't look as much like the secret scroll. This looks like she's got the whole book of knowledge. And she looks a lot more welcoming in green than she does normally in the cold-hearted blue. So what does the High Priestess mean? Well, the High Priestess is all about spirituality, getting in touch with your higher self, getting in touch with your own psychic ability, your own spirituality, your own faith, but also it can represent dogma. So a little bit like the Hierophant, you must do things this way. The High Priestess can be a little bit difficult at times because she likes the rules being stuck to. But what I would say is this High Priestess is a little bit more forgiving. She feels almost like the Bene Gesserit from Dune, like the very regal priestesses. So she's almost like a royal priestess. She feels elevated than just being part of the priesthood, the sisterhood. So the flowers here are talking about nature, and all of this feels, this crescent moon shape that she's sitting on this throne, it all feels very intuitive, very lunar. So for me, this is really talking about, you're asking for a general reading. I would say financially, it might not be the best of times for you, but spiritually, maybe this is what you need to look at, my darling. Maybe you need to look at your spiritual self. If you've got any, so I would not be surprised if you are a tarot reader or witchy or psychic in some way yourself. I would not be surprised if this was something that you were wanting to pick up or already studying, because it feels very much like this is something that is already open to you. This isn't something you have to unlock. This is something that's already around you. So it feels like in the recent weeks, it feels like this is something that you are building on. Because when we get to the next card, when we get to the present, look how beautiful this card is as well. We've got the Four of Wands. So sorry, I do apologize. My watch is, all of the other YouTubers are putting out their messages at 9 o'clock. So my watch is going bonkers that it is. You do read tarot. There you are. You see, I knew. And have you recently been looking at getting it into maybe a paid position, getting paid to read, or to redo the psychic circuit or something? Because that would tie in with this entirely. If not, it's something that I think you've been thinking about in the last few weeks, because the Four of Wands here. Now, wands for me is all about security, confidence, and all of that. But I always say it's about your home life, your security, not just your bricks and mortar. But in this case, it isn't so much bricks and mortar, but you've got a blooming tree house. So this tree house, what does the tree house represent? Well, for me, this is representing like fun, because you've got the child playing, but it's also representing connectiveness with family history. And it's also representing this element of nature being pivotal. This tree hasn't been cut down. This branch goes through the sides. So this is really talking about, for you, my darling, I think you've got a strong connection to the natural that you need to keep in favor of. You need to really keep this in focus, this natural link, because this is where you feel most confident. This is where you feel most at home almost. And I think that is something you really do need to stay focused on, because this is like your intuitive self, and this is you like working out where that confidence, where that sense of purpose is. And I think it's reminding you to stay playful, even though for some people, for some readers, the fours can be a little bit difficult because the energy is still building, it's still growing. But for me, this is talking very definitively about the fact that this is a home that is natural based or nature based, and it's where you feel most confident. Okay. And then look, we've got the Chariot, El Carro. My accent is atrocious. So you've got the Chariot, but it was reversed coming up in the outcome. So the Chariot is all about a journey. So if I show you this is a really interesting card as well, because I don't know whether you can see, it's nighttime. However, it's daytime. What is causing that difference? The sun and the sunflower. So this is an emblematic. So quite often the Chariot is somebody wearing armor. This is not someone wearing armor. This is someone who has not necessarily gone into a physical battle. This is a different battle. This is almost, we're talking again, almost a spiritual battle that you've gone through. And again, sorry, a spiritual battle that you've won, because this journey is all important here. The journey is going from the dark in the background to the light. It's a fascinating card. Now, again, this is reversed. So I think this is a journey that you're not expecting to go on right now. I think it's a journey. And bear in mind, I tend to see 6 weeks into the future. So I think this journey is very unpredictable. It's not in this deck. This isn't a card about victory. It is that card about a journey. In some of my other decks, the card is very much the, you know, the chariot racer returning home with all the spoils, with the laurel wreaths, with the armor all shiny. In this deck, it feels very different. It feels like this is a learned person. Look, let me show you. It feels like this is a learned person in fine clothing, seems to be wearing some sort of brocade or corsetry. So there's a lot of money and wealth gone in. Is this chariot gold? Who knows? It's very elaborate. It's more than a fighting Ben-Hur chariot. So this journey is a really, it's something that is going to enrich you. Whether it enriches you financially, I don't know, but it could. Like, there are always ways that people can earn money from tarot. There's always those phone up website things, and you know, all of those types of things that you can get involved in. I personally don't do them, but there are ways and means in which you can. Is it Kasaba or Kasabia or Kambala? No, that's Kabbalah I'm thinking of. Kasamba? I don't know, something like that. But when we look through the filter here of the King of Pentacles reversed, it's saying that I think you need to be very careful about spending out too much money. Okay, so don't spend money on platforms. Don't spend money setting up a website. Don't spend money. Don't do anything where they're going to take a massive cut of your income. Okay, so if this is something that you're going to look at professionally, tarot reading, do things like this on the YouTubes, or do things like Fiverr, like I do. Fiverr's quite a good one in that they don't take a massive cut. But the issue with Fiverr and that is that you need to drive people to you. There's a hell of a lot of tarot readers on Fiverr. And it's one of those things where there is a lot of competition from dodgy readers, to be brutally honest. So yeah, I think I'm going to pull you one more card. Dragons, we want one final card. And the final card we want is an outcome overall. Is this reading correct for Amy? Is this saying, again, I'm asking the dragons to confirm, is this saying that Amy should really focus in on the journey, this spiritual journey, and to make maybe this spiritual side monetize it in some way? Let's have a look. What have we got? We've got the Three of Chalices. Interesting. Right. So, Three of Chalices. Quite often this is seen as the Greek fury, the Greek maidens dancing. Oh my God, what's the word? I can't remember. My brain's just gone numb. But it's talking about a celebration. 3 is your emotional suit, and it's about growth and all of this, safe spaces and creation. And the 3... oh, what's it called? The Greek women that dance. It's not the Furies. It might be the Furies. Can't remember. But this coming up reversed is a little bit different. So it's saying, like, be prepared. Right. Hang on. Let me flip back to the camera. Are you ready for some realism? Are you ready for some hard truths? Right. Here we go. Be prepared, Amy. The minute that tarot becomes something that you monetize, the minute it becomes a professional thing, you've got to do it in a whole different way. Patricia will tell you. So money comes and money goes. Exactly. You'll be able to pay your way. Try not to worry too much about it. I do actually agree. Right? There is a thing that I believe very firmly, that in witchcraft and in practitioners as a whole, the universe will provide you what you need. It won't provide you what you want. It won't provide you the shiny, you know, top of the range, luxurious cars and holidays and mansions. It won't provide that, but it will provide you what you need. Okay. So if this is something that you're seriously looking at going into, reading tarot professionally or doing something in the psych, 3 graces, thank you. The Furies was something else. If it's something that you are wanting to go into and to monetize, be prepared to lose a little bit of the enthusiasm. Be prepared. Once it becomes a job and it becomes something that you are doing, which is one of the reasons why I won't work on the phone lines, is because I love tarot reading. I've been doing it for 28 years. I am bloody good at it. I don't blow my own trumpet about anything else other than my ability to do this. I have put a lot of time and effort into studying it. I've put a lot of time and effort into working with things and learning and different decks and working on how it all speaks to me and my own way of understanding the deck. So all of that means after 28 years, I kind of know what I'm doing, if that makes sense. I know my way around a deck, and I can probably pick up even the most random deck, as long as it's vaguely readable, like it's got figures in it, then I'll probably be able to read it, at least give it an attempt. Now, all of that means for me that when I'm doing readings, even here on YouTube, there is a certain professionalism that I need to try and do. On YouTube, I have to keep them fairly short, so within 10-15 minutes per reading. As you can see, this is a 4 or 5 card reading. I've done several readings tonight that are longer, because my instinctive way of doing readings is to do 2 10-card spreads. That's what I used to do when I was reading for people. It was literally 2 10-card spreads, which takes 45 minutes and more. So it's a long time. But I've got this feeling that you are being pulled into this psychic field. I've got this feeling that you are drawn to it, maybe as a hobby, drawn to it maybe as something that is interesting, something that you want to play around with at the moment. But I've got the strongest feeling that this is going to be something that you take seriously and that you will be able to use. Now, when we're talking about the King of Pentacles coming here overriding, this is saying you ain't going to be rich with this, right? The cards absolutely are talking about this spiritual journey, this unexpected journey, because it's reversed, but this spiritual journey, right? It's not going to pay you millions of pounds. There are no rich, genuine psychics that I've ever met in my life. All the ones that have a lot of money are all the ones that are fakes, because once you get money involved for psychic readings, what if you're at a spiritualist church and nothing comes through, or you're having a bad day? If you're charging people to be there, then you're kind of expected to put on a show. And that's where I start taking some issues with some readers and things, because then it becomes something else. Instead of it being, these are some genuine messages that I have, it becomes, oh, I'm not connecting with anyone, right? I need to start cold reading. And that's where things go off the rails, and that's where things get very difficult. Cold readers for me, I know I've been in a lot of situations with people that have been trying to cold read me, and I can pick it up instantly and I call them out on their bullshit, because it's not good. It's not a genuine thing, is it? If someone's just cold reading you and going, oh, I see mother figures, and I go, they're going to know that's not apt for me, because my mum's been dead for 8 years. So they're not going to, or it means it will be apt for me, because they're going to say mum's coming through. You know what I mean? So there's lots of different scopes like that. But oh my God, my darling, what I would say is, if this is a journey that you are called to, tarot readers and psychics are called, right? We're not taught. Anyone can learn the tarot. Anyone can learn what the card meanings are. The very good tarot readers are drawn to it, will study it, will do this properly, and they will put their heart and soul into it, and they'll think about things ethically. They'll try and do their very best. I've had situations where I've literally said to someone, I can't read for you. Like, the cards have given me nothing. I've got these cards. I know what they all mean individually, but there is nothing here. This is just a not going to be a good reading. It's like, not as in things are bad. Literally, I'm unable to read this card. What I now know to do is to have different decks around, and that different decks speak differently to me. So like tonight, I've thoroughly loved this deck. Other days, I've brought this one out, and the mods will tell you, other days before the live, when we do a pre-live live, I've said, oh, I've got the tarot, wheel of the tarot, wheel of the year tarot, tarot of the wheel of the year, or the tarot of the wheel. I've always got it next to me, but I've not been drawn to use it until tonight, and tonight was the right time. And so, yeah, my darling, I think that you have got this calling. I think you are drawn to it, and I think that you are probably going to make a bloody good reader stroke psychic stroke spiritual connection. Whatever that connection is, the dragons are absolutely telling me, and the cards are saying to go with it. Anyway, my darling, thank you so much for that. I hope that's helped answer some questions. Oh my God, it's 9:15. Why did nobody tell me? Thank you, Amy. Thank you to the mods. Oh my God. Oh, hang on. What's that? Definitely. What? Definitely. That's absolutely amazing. I do feel drawn. Yay. I read very accurately and it scared me in the past. Very exciting. You've read this for me. No worries. Seriously, my darling. If you've had some successful readings in the past, keep going, keep working with them, keep plodding on, keep learning. Like literally, even though I'm putting together my own tarot course at the moment, and I'm working out exactly what shape that needs to be and what the videos are going to look like, and whether I'm doing videos on YouTube for free or whether I'm going to, you know, put it for the channel members. I'm not quite sure how exactly I'm going to figure that bit out, but I am writing my own tarot course, and it's taken me 28 years to get to that point. But even then, today I was watching someone else's video on how to learn tarot in under an hour or whatever it was, because I was watching that going, no, don't agree with that, don't agree with that. Oh, I do agree with that. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. And just watch other readers, watch other people in this field, because you'll pick so much up. Patricia is an amazing tarot reader. I've never once seen her do a reading. I've never once heard her do a reading. She's never once done a reading for me. But I know she is absolutely spot on, because she will chime in sometimes when I'm on a reading, and she'll just drop a little nugget of wisdom that absolutely ties in or nudges me in the direction where the cards are pointing. And Patricia can do that even without the cards sat with her, without the same relationship to the cards that I've got. So I know that Patricia is a very good tarot reader from that perspective as well. So surround yourself with people, surround yourself, watch all the YouTube videos you can, work out what your style of tarot is. Mine is very different. Mine is I try and cut out the bullshit, the fluffiness, but also because of my ADHD brain, I waffle on for England about everything and anything. And if people like that, they sub, and if they don't, they don't. But anyway, that is that, my darling. Thank you for your reading. Thank you to the mods. You've been bonkersly good tonight. Thank you, everybody. You're all bloody amazing. You're just wonderful. I can't do this shit without you. You guys know that. So thank you so much. Thank you to Neil for popping in earlier. Thank you to Ed. Thank you to Patricia. You're all just amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Nanette, for telling me you've got 18 likes. Rabina Sahunta's here. Hello, Rabina, my darling. By the way, Rabina, we're calorie counting now. There's going to be a whole video coming up on the other channel in probably about a week's time, where we're going to go through it and explain everything. So, but yeah, we're calorie counting within Slimming World. I know, right? It's going to be dead complicated. But anyway, thank you so much, my darlings. And thank you to everybody for being here. What's that? Amy, never be afraid of what you can see. Just respect it at all times. Exactly. But the one thing I will say, above all else, learn to shut it down. Okay? Learn that sometimes for me, when I leave this space in a minute, I'm going to ring my bell, which is a sound vibrational cleansing. I'm going to ring my bell, and that is it. The dragons then will go off and do whatever they do on the Akashic records. They will do their thing. They'll go back to being elemental energies, and then the space is then clear. And if you say to me in 10 minutes time, Lisa, what did that reading for Amy or whoever we read for, or KSR Suarez, what was that reading about? I'll go, no idea, because I've learned to have to let it all go. Once I've done the reading, let it go. And that's almost a cue for me to start singing Disney. Let it go, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to go and get some dinner. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody. It's 9:20. I said to Rufus, put the chips on at 9:15. I'll be there by like 5 past. I'll probably be finishing early. It's now 20 past. It's the latest we've ever finished. Bonkers. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. You're all amazing. I love you all very much. And yay, we'll see you all next week. Don't forget, Tuesday, 7 p.m. UK time. Ed, Tuesday, 6 p.m. UK time. I'll send you the links and everything on Instagram. Patricia, Ed and Neil, if you're all comfortable, being in WhatsApp. I might put you all in a WhatsApp group if you're comfortable doing that, but I'll message you all on Instagram first. Everybody else, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you're part of the replay crew, please put a bird emoji. I know there's not going to be a crow, but please put a bird emoji into the live chat to say that you've made it all the way through right to the end. And yeah, thanks very much, everyone. You've all been wonderful. I've been wonderful too tonight. Let's just admit it, haven't I? But that is it. Thank you so much. And I will see you on the next one. And as we always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic. And I will see you next time. Thanks very much. See you soon.